I think it's safe to say that change is on my agenda. Change for good. And I embrace that and I enjoy that change. I don't fear it. That's the bit that excites me, is the idea of being able to bring some change.
Something serious is happening behind palace walls. And honestly, it is not being talked about enough. Because while the public sees calm smiles and royal appearances, insiders are painting a complete different picture. A quiet tension that has now turned into something much bigger and much more personal. At the center of it all is Prince William, and this time he is not holding back. Reports suggest that he has drawn a clear line, and surprisingly, it's against Queen Camilla. So, what really happened inside Windsor Castle, and why are people calling this a full-blown palace conflict? Let's break it all down. Something major is shifting inside the walls of Windsor Castle, and at the same time, it feels like the British establishment does not want too much attention on it. Now, Prince William, who is set to become king one day, is no longer just playing the calm and diplomatic role. Instead, reports suggest that he has taken a much firmer stance. In fact, it is said that he issued a very cold and calculated ultimatum, and not to a political rival or foreign leader, but directly to Queen Camilla. At the same time, her inner circle is reportedly being pushed aside and her closest alliance are being distanced. Because of this, what was once quiet tension is now starting to look like a real power struggle inside the palace. And honestly, the stakes couldn't be higher. So, to understand how things got this serious, we need to go back to one key moment. At that moment is a state banquet held on March 18, 2026, during Nigeria's first state visit to the United Kingdom in almost 40 years. On that night, Nigeria President Bola Tinubu arrived at the Windsor Castle for a grand and highly watched event. Everything was planned with full royal tradition, and of course, cameras from all around the world were watching closely. However, behind the scenes, things were very different. According to insiders, Prince William was extremely upset, and the reason was simple. He believed that his father, King Charles III, was being pushed too hard. The schedule for the visit lasted 2 days, and it was described as a very demanding, especially for a 77-year-old man who had already shown signs of fatigue in recent weeks. So, from William's point of view, this was too much. He strongly felt that his father should have rested instead of attending such a heavy event. But on the other hand, Camilla believed their presence was necessary, especially because of public attention and expectations. So in the end, they attended, but instead of easing concerns, it only made things worse. After the banquet, people began talking about how tired and unwell Charles looked, and this only confirmed William's fear that his father was being overworked. Now, here is where things became more personal. Williams didn't blame palace staff or event planner. Instead, he held Camilla responsible, and that is where the real tension started. From his perspective, he was watching his father being pushed beyond his limits, and every time he tried to suggest slowing down, it feels like his concerns were ignored. And because of that, what started as quiet frustration quickly turned into something much bigger. A direct clash between the future king and the current queen. Now, according to insiders, this conflict didn't stop there. In fact, it continues, especially around one major issue, King Charles' health. William has reportedly been urging his father to reduce his workload and focus more on his recovery, especially because of his cancer diagnosis. But at the same time, Camilla has continued encouraging Charles to remain active. So, naturally, this difference in opinion has created repeated tension. From Camilla's point of view, staying active helps both the monarchy's image and King Charles' personal morale. But from William's point of view, hell should come first no matter what. And because of this, William now sees himself in direct opposition to her. Now, things are taking an even sharper turn. Report says that in February 2026, William gave Camilla a clear ultimatum. He asked her to completely cut ties with Sarah Ferguson, also known as Fergie. The reason? William believes the royal family needs to distance itself from any controversy, especially those connected to Prince Andrew and his ongoing issues. However, Camilla refused, because for her, her friendship with Fergie goes back many years, even before she married King Charles. So, she was not willing to end that relationship just because of pressure. And this refusal only added more tension at this point. Some people are starting to say that William may be overstepping because technically he is not king yet, but at the same time, his actions suggest that he is already preparing to lead. Now, there is also a deeper emotional layer to all of this, because William's relationship with Camilla has always been affected by the past, especially involving Princess Diana. Growing up, William saw how Camilla's relationship with his father contributed to his parents' separation, and even though things became calmer over time, those feelings never fully disappeared. So now, with his father's health declining, those old emotions are coming back, and because of that, what used to be a simple disagreement has now become something very personal. Then another major event made things even worse. On March 26, 2026, royal author Tom Bauer released a book that added even more tension to the situation. The book included claims involving Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, bringing them back into the spotlight at a time when William was already dealing with internal family issues. And because of that, it made everything more complicated. At this point, what looks like a family disagreement is actually something much bigger. Experts say this is not just personal drama. Instead, it is a gradual shift of power happening in real time. William is slowly stepping into a leadership role even before officially becoming king. And at the same time, Camilla represents a different approach, one that supports tradition and continuity. So naturally, those two visions are starting to clash. Now, looking ahead, everything points to one major moment: the day William becomes king. Because when that happens, Camilla's role could change significantly. While she may still hold the title of queen, every part of her public and private life could be reviewed, and that includes her family, her friends, and her influencer within the palace. William is said to want a smaller, more controlled monarchy, fewer people, fewer risks, and stronger control over the royal image. And because of that, some connections may be limited or even removed completely. So at the end of the day, this is not just about a disagreement, it is about the future of the monarchy itself. Because even though the crown is still on Charles' head, William is already shaping what comes next. So now the big question is this: with everything happening behind palace doors, do you think Prince William is right to take control this early? Is he simply protecting his father and preparing for the future, or is he going too far by challenging Queen Camilla and stepping beyond his role? And most importantly, do you think everything being said in this story is actually true or just speculation? Drop your comments and your thoughts below. I really want to hear out your opinion. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because this royal story is far from ending. See you in the next one.